All right, happy Friday. It's Allison, and as promised, this is my second video on the gut. So, like I said earlier, the month of March, I just wanted to do just different videos about the importance of our gut health and what that means. So, today, I wanted to talk about your gut bacteria. So, this is something that I really didn't know anything about probably until maybe 2012, 2013. I was still working in oncology as a PA and was starting to learn a little bit more about the importance of our gut and our gut bacteria. And so I went to a nutrition and health conference in, I think it was 2013, that Dr. Andrew Weil was putting on. And he's a big integrative medicine doctor. If you haven't heard of him, look him up at drweil.com. Good info there. But all this stuff started coming up about your gut microbes and gut bacteria and the role that they play in your health. So as I started getting more into the research and starting some of the supplements that I take and realizing that I was getting better, I started diving into the gut bacteria. And so what this is you have trillions of different gut bacteria that live inside your gut. So mostly I would say the large intestine. So it's not a sterile environment like I think some people might think. And your gut bacteria develops when you're a baby. So when you pass through your mother's birth canal, you swallow a bunch of stuff from secretions, and that starts this population, this ecosystem, as people call it. There's lots of cool videos out there that you can watch about your gut microbiome and gut ecosystem that kind of talks about it, which is really cool. My son, who is 6, likes to watch them, so that's pretty neat. But yeah, so the gut bacteria starts there, and as we grow and get older and eat food and things like that, the gut bacteria start to populate. And they're still doing lots of research on this because it's sort of a newer topic, but you probably have anywhere from 500 to maybe 1,000 different species. What has been found is that your gut bacteria play a big role in your overall health. Like I said in my first video, most of our immune system comes from our gut. So about 80% of our immune system lies in our gut, and the bacteria play a big role in that. They're thriving, living beings, and so they're essentially outnumbering us. So we're more bacteria than we are human cells, if you have to think about it that way, which I think is really interesting. So we have to take care of these bacteria, because if we don't, they are going to start to go extinct, just like other species have in our world. So, and sometimes when you lose a population of bacteria that do good things for you, you can't get them back. So, as I go along in the month, I'll talk about how we can keep them healthy and what happens when we don't, and then things you can do to rebuild. So the gut bacteria play a role in vitamin production, so vitamin B vitamins, vitamin K, nutrient absorption. They also play a role in neurotransmitter production, so things like your serotonin, dopamine, those kinds of things. So that's, again, why it's kind of considered our second brain, because it has a neurotransmitter production. They also can play a role in weight management. They're starting to study, people who are overweight versus people who are thinner, and how the difference is in their gut bacteria population. So that's another one. And again, the big one is the immune system function and keeping the lining of our gut healthy. And I'm going to get into another topic later on about something called leaky gut. Because when your gut gets out of balance, that protects the lining of our gut wall, then things can happen there that cause a whole slew of considered autoimmune things. So, we have some, what I would say, bad bacteria in our gut as well. So you kind of want to keep a balance of like 80% good to 20%, I guess, bad. We all have something called Candida that lives in our system. Candida albicans, as long as it's kind of our good bacteria is kind of keeping that Candida to, a lower minimal level, then typically we function well and feel fine. But there is a real truth to people having an overgrowth of Candida that can lead to a lot of different problems. And so that can occur when we're doing things that negatively affect our good bacteria. So things that are good for our good bacteria are prebiotic foods and probiotics. So you think of foods that they like are things like vegetables, things that have fiber. So any kind of vegetable, anything that has a lot of fiber, typically some grains do that. Some people eat fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi. Some people make their own kombucha or drink kombucha. All those things are considered like prebiotics. And then simple probiotics are things that you can actually take in supplement form to kind of help repopulate and keep your population of good bacteria going. And there's kind of more common ones, and I'll do another video about just specifics about probiotics and different forms and what to look for and what they do. But those are kind of basic things you can do. Also minimizing antibiotic exposure. Antibiotics can kind of be like the A-bomb in our gut and just completely wipe out lots of our good bacteria, which is why you typically have side effects when you're on antibiotic. And then again, you think antibiotics you might need for an infection, but over time they're weakening your immune system. They're changing your gut ecosystem in a negative way. So limit your antibiotics, limit your steroids. If you don't need them, don't do them. Eat healthy vegetable-y foods. Avoid GMOs. GMOs can also affect our gut negatively. Birth control pills can affect our gut negatively. They actually promote a candida overgrowth, which I'm glad that I know that now and got off of those things. But stress can negatively affect our gut. Alcohol can negatively affect our gut. So, we don't want to not have any fun, of course, but just try to focus on most of the time eating healthy foods, most of the time eating organic, filtered water, trying to avoid antibiotics. I would say, since I've worked as a PA in healthcare, I would say most people that come to the office that are sick do not actually need an antibiotic. People used to come in requesting antibiotics, and that was, it's hard because you don't think they need them. They're requesting them. And again, I think if people were more educated about, hey, this antibiotic is going to give you lots of side effects and do all this stuff to your gut, and but that's just not the case. So so my whole goal is to just, I have all this information up here and I just want to get it out. So I'm trying to do it systematically for everyone, just kind of learn about this, because this is something I think is really important. Your gut is really important to your overall health and vitality. If I knew a long time ago about this stuff, my course of health could have been different. Now, I'm not complaining. I'm okay that I had cancer. I'm okay that I had Hashimoto's. I'm okay that I had a decade of anxiety. I'm okay because I wouldn't have gotten to this point to where I'm at now to be able to help other people. So, or work in functional medicine now, or do the things that I'm able to do now because of what I went through. So, but if I can help someone from having to go through all this stuff, then that's my goal. So, so look up stuff about the gut. My favorite people to look at are Dr. Axe, Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Perlmutter. All those doctors have, Dr. Weil, they all have good information about your gut health, leaky gut. So kind of what I want to do in my next video is talk more about what happens when our gut gets out of balance and what is leaky gut, because I think that is an underlying thing that probably a lot of people have to some degree. And if you work on healing that and do it in helping your gut, then a lot of your symptoms of this, that, and the other can go away. Because I had a lot of symptoms of this, that, and the other that are better now. And it's exciting that I'm getting older, but I'm in better health. So that's a pretty cool thing. So I hope that all made sense. I know I kind of get a little jumbly, but basically trillions of bacteria live in your gut. We need to take care of them. Things that we can do to take care of them are eat healthy, organic, non-GMO, filtered water, avoid antibiotics, steroids, birth control pills, stress as much as possible. I know we all have stress. But you do things that are good for the gut and good for your gut bacteria, and be mindful of when you're eating or when you are sick. Do we really need that antibiotic? Do we really need all that stuff? Sometimes it's as simple as just doing things that are boosting your immune system to get over what you're having, like vitamin D, vitamin C. There's some other, herbal things that if you want more information on, I can share with you. So, sometimes it's doing that versus taking an antibiotic that's actually going to negatively affect our immune system. So, thank you guys for getting on. I love all the little hearts flying around and the like, so that's pretty cool. So happy Friday, and next week I'll get on and talk more about what happens when the gut is negatively affected by these things and leaky gut and what that can lead to. And then as the month goes on, I'll talk more about how we can heal that. So, all right, guys, thank you.